Hey guys, I'm David, and today we're going to talk about all about other creation tools you can use in your classroom. Student creation is the most important thing, so I wanted to make sure we give you some other creation tools that you can use in your classroom. All right, so some notes. First off, creation is one of the most important parts of the student experience, which we've covered several times. And this presentation is meant to give you some ideas of tools to use with iPads to create. You can then go try them out. See your Medi or your tech coach if you need some help with them. All the tools work with younger students, terms of service wise, unless noted. And all tools at least have some component that is free. So the first tool to use to create is Keynote. And Keynote's Apple's version of PowerPoint. And when you think about Keynote, what can you have kids design with it? Put them in a moment, like have them imagine the presentation as front of the UN. Put them in a first-person moment, and that's a great way to kind of use Keynote because, admittedly, we all are kind of a little bored with PowerPoint type stuff. You could also use it to compose something like a digital book. So the thing with Keynote is be creative with how you use it. The next thing is GarageBand, and GarageBand is Apple's audio editor. You could have students do things like podcast, audio commercials, and radio broadcasts. Those are all ideas you could do with GarageBand. Be careful with the GarageBand, though. Have requirements of what the kids can and can't do on GarageBand. GarageBand has instruments that can be a little bit of a black hole sometimes for students, just because they can go in and start playing with all the instruments, because it is meant to build music, too. The next one's Educreations, and use Educreations to have students create on a recordable whiteboard. Students can actually go and they can draw and they can narrate and they can have several slides do that. One limit on Educreations right now, though, is that you can only do one video for free at a time. You can do a couple of things here. One, you could use iMovie to get around that. You could take screenshots of your whiteboard and then drop them all into iMovie and use that. Or you can look at some of the other whiteboard apps that have a different kind of pay structure where they're not a subscription model, they're more of a paid app. The next one is Shadow Puppet EDU. And Shadow Puppet EDU is going to allow you to put together videos easily with video clips and photos. The nice thing about Shadow Puppet EDU is that you don't have to have kids go outside of the app to search some of the kind of basic things that kids would want to search. And so things like the Library of Congress, the Met, and NASA, they're all built into the app. And that's really nice. You can also add audio over your video too. The next one is Puppet Pal. Sometimes you got to have some way for kids to create that does not put them in the video. You've got reluctant talkers that don't want to actually be in the video. And to create animations with voiceovers. Puppet Pals does have 30-second limits in the free version, but you can download those 30 seconds to the camera roll, and so you could kind of stretch it together with iMovie. The next one is TouchCast, and TouchCast is a great video editor with lots of tools. First off, you can add interactive content, so like you can put a website in a TouchCast where people can interact with it straight from the video. It has a green screen, news broadcast templates, audio effects, a green screen again because that's super important, and it also has a teleprompter. The key with the younger kids in TouchCast is don't log in because you can build a full TouchCast and download it to the camera roll without uploading it to the website. Telegami EDU. Telegami EDU lets you build one character animations. It could be a great way to do like historical profiles. It does have a 30-second limit for free, but you can download those to the camera roll, and so you can do a lot with that. Piccollage. Piccollage is you can use photos, stickers, and text in order to show learning. And you can do it for places, you can do it for people or events. And this is a great one with the younger kids. I've seen a lot of people use this with younger kids very successfully. The next one's Adobe Voice. And Adobe Voice is a free iPad app that lets you create animated videos with voiceover. So a great way to have kids go and show their learning. KidBlog. KidBlog lets students write their own blog. The nice thing about KidBlog is the teacher sets up the username and passwords, and blogs are not public. So it meets the terms of service with the younger kids. Social media tools. School Tools has fake Twitter and Facebook profiles that you call Fakebook and Twister that you could actually build fake profiles with. You could also use Padlet as a way to post these fake profiles. You could on Padlet you could do a fake Instagram profile too. And some others. There are many other creation tools out there. Just make sure you check the terms of service. A good general rule of thumb is don't use apps that require a login with students under the age of 13.